Hello guys. So in this part I'm going to be talking about the brief that I received to make this illustration, and after that then I'll show you a bit about the process of making the selected sketch. So the brief that I was given was to basically combine this piece here and this piece here, you know, somewhat of a Uncharted plus Chronicles of Narnia, ruined Mr. Suicide Sheepland. So, you know, maybe taking these statues, the waterfalls, this magical element, and combining that then with this Uncharted vibe, and then, you know, these really cool sheep. I love them. They're just unreal. Yeah, I used these as references, and I did a bit of research myself. But this is the general gist that I was given from the brief. And I really like the idea of like having two big statue structures beside a waterfall, and just really showing off that really large scale. So I ran with that. So I'll show you, these are the sketches that I sent through. So I produced 4 different sketches. I used a combination of techniques. So there was a bit of photo bashing, then I was painting on top of the photos, and then I might throw another photo on top of that, and it's like a collage process. And when I'm bringing the images into Photoshop, I'm desaturating them, and I'm just trying to get a really impactful image with the lighting. So if we zoom out from here, can we read the image? How does it feel? What's the overall vibe? So yeah, after I sent these through, maybe you might guess which one got picked. But yeah, it was actually B. So this was the one that got picked in the end, which was cool. So yeah, it was taking that idea of the two statues, and there's like this entrance that's hidden behind all this water that's crashing down, and you know, there's steps inviting us into that. And you know, we have the rock structures in the back, and you know, maybe there's a few little monkeys and butterflies, and just a real exotic, vibrant place. So I'll run through how I basically did this one. So I actually started with a photograph of this place called Petra, and what I did was, so I would have started like this. I would have checked that the image size was decent. So yeah, that's fine. 2600 by 1300. So I would desaturate the image, and I basically just grabbed this rock here, and I duplicated it across, and then you know, I got rid of the guy in the camel. We don't need him. Get rid of all that. So yeah, it's using photographs and just trying to be creative with them, and reorganize, reimagine how you might be able to use it. And then I also, you know, I centered the image, you know, something like this with two big structures on the sides. You know, there might be something powerful about having that almost well, it's mainly a symmetrical composition, but then we can break it up with asymmetry, you know, having different rocks on either side, and having the different waterfalls, like having different weights to them. So yeah, that's basically how I would have started that. So I'll go into the sketch here. I'll just run through the layers that I had and show you how it evolved. So now I've merged down the layer that I had, but basically, you know, I was just painting. I was just grabbing a textured brush here, and I'll grab this one, 600. I was getting a fairly light value, and you know, I was just doing this kind of thing, getting a feel for what the water might be like, that kind of thing. You know, it can be really loose. It's just to get that idea and explore what it could feel like. And yeah, I would have grabbed, yeah, I started off with just sketching in some rough structures of what would the sheep be like if they were, you know, they're taking on that pose of the Sphinx from ancient Egypt. So I thought that might be cool, just having their, you know, their legs and their big paws coming towards us at the front, and then the big epic heads looking off. So then on the next layer, I started playing with the lighting. So what I'd do there is I'd grab a soft brush, I might put it on multiply, I'll grab a medium value. So multiply is basically going to darken up any lighter areas. And just with that soft brush, I can start throwing in some kind of epic shadows, and we get that light hitting the waterfall then. And then yeah, just add in more structure and clean up the image a bit. And then I thought it might be nice if there was like little fireflies or butterflies maybe popping around at the front, adding a light shaft then. So that would be just, you know, you can do that on a normal layer. Again, a soft brush, you're creating a new layer, and you're, you know, it's just basically that to get that light shaft. And then you might move it around, you might distort it, see where it feels nice. You might drop the opacity on it if it's too strong. So yeah, all those different kinds of techniques come in handy if you want to create these light shafts. That's just a bit of mist. I brought in some trees then. I got a free photo pack from, or not a free one, I got a photo pack from photobash.org, and there was yeah, this really cool palm tree one. So I think it's like €5 or €6 or dollars. It's really handy. So I dropped in those trees, dropping in a few more for scale, and then adding a bit of a mist at the front of the image. And then I pushed back the overall values of the image. So I dropped the opacity on that. So I actually did a gradient with this one. So if you come to this one here, the gradient tool, and again I'm just using the light value, I'm holding shift and I'm just dropping that in like that. I might move it down a bit, and then I can drop the value on it just to push the whole image back, the whole overall value structure. So I'll drop that back down to 20, was it 20% that was on. And then yeah, we need something to invite us in to this center part, so adding in the steps, you know, and adding in that ruined feel, and pushing that a little bit back with some mist. I grabbed some more little rock structures, statue structures from Google, pasted them in there. Then I got some, these were from some of my own photos, dropped those rock structures in front, help frame the image a bit more. A little monkey for scale. And then yeah, I actually grabbed a section of the Sphinx. Yeah, so I would have grabbed this. So I'll show you how this works. So I want to get, I really like this texture here at the front of the Sphinx, so I'm going to grab that, make sure I'm on that layer, do a layer via copy, hide that again. I'm going to go Control U, desaturate that piece, and then, you know, pop it into place. And you know, you might have to mess around with it a little bit to make it fit in. You might have to grab a soft brush just to implement it into place. You might have to distort it a little bit, get it into perspective. So all these different techniques, and you know, you're trying to be quick, you're trying to generate these sketches as fast as you can and not get too attached to them, because you don't know what way the client is going to go, what they like, so you don't want to get too invested in each sketch. So yeah, the idea is just to pump them out fast, explore as many ideas as you can, and be as efficient as possible. So hence using the photo textures where possible. And then yeah, this was just, I grabbed the waterfall from Google, maybe Iceland I think it was. I slept the same way I grabbed this piece of the Sphinx. I grabbed out the waterfall and, you know, dropped that in, desaturated it, and popped it into place. So so yeah, that's how I came to this sketch, and this is what the client picked. So I the next step then was to explore this place in 3D. So we'll move on to that section next, and I hope you found this part useful. Thanks for looking.